So the way back, what an incredible part to get with one of the great directors of all time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, you must have been eager to get it, or worried about not getting it. I mean, how did you feel going after this part?
I was really eager to get it. Of course, it was the part that I think, you ticked every single box. I mean, there's no way a young actor wouldn't want to be in a film with Peter Weir playing this character, So, but it came at a strange time. It came when I was actually filming Heartless at the time, and I was really immersed in what I was doing with that film, and the character's quite a troubled sort of soul. So I was going through quite a lot of stuff making that film, and we just done 2 weeks of night shoots, which is enough to kind of, put it in. It was just, it was hard work. So I then had to go and meet Peter in the day whilst we've been doing, so I've been shooting all night for like nearly 2 weeks, and I hadn't had an opportunity to read the script properly because we were just working so hard. But I went to the hotel to meet Peter, as he was meeting lots of actors at that time, and I didn't have what I thought was a very good interview at all. I was really disappointed with how I came across, and I didn't really know. I knew that I could maybe read for the part, and Peter didn't even ask me to read. We talked about the film for a little bit, and I hadn't read the script properly, and I didn't really know what I was talking about, and I left, and I was really upset, and I just thought, I've blown it, And I thought, no, I can't let that be my moment with a great director like Peter Weir. So I wrote him a letter, like a sort of 3-page letter explaining, that I was so immersed in what I was doing at the time, and I hoped that he could understand that. And then I put myself on tape. I found the scenes, and I filmed them in my hotel room where we were filming, for Heartless. And
with something like this?
With something very similar to that, yeah. It was just
like holding it
a
again.
Friend just kind of like waving the camera around. And Peter, he really responded to the tape, and I was so pleased that I was actually able to just sort of perform the character or give my, and so I sent that to Peter and just sort of hope for the best, really. And then, Peter was great. He phoned me, a few weeks later, and just very casually and very easily just sort of offered me the part. And I think I couldn't stop saying thank you. I was just, thanking him, and he was very cool, and thanked me for sending the tape and taking the time out, and understood. He knows what it's like when you're making a film and you're caught up in the world that you're in. So he was really, really great like that.
Now, having gotten the part, did it frighten you?
Yeah. Yeah, I was terrified. I just wanted to do him justice and do right for Peter, really. And I had quite a long time before we finished Heartless, before it all started with the way back. And I think I got myself a bit too neurotic about it, and I lost a lot of weight, and tried to read as much as...
You were supposed to be this starving prisoner.
Yeah, and I tried to read as much as I could, and I just wanted to do right, really, by Peter. And I went to Poland, and I went to visit sort of Auschwitz and spend time.
Because you're playing a Polish
there,
guy.
Yeah. And so Peter hooked me up with some guys over in Poland who sort of took me out and got me drunk on vodka, and were really brilliant with me, actually. And they just showed me the whole of Krakow and all around that area. And then I remember visiting Peter in Bulgaria because he was prepping at the time, and I sort of came back from Poland to sort of tell him about my trip and tell him how it all been going, and just to sort of meet up with him again. And he told me that he thought I needed to put some weight back on because
you're supposed to be the healthy one.
He just said, he was absolutely right. He just said, we need to believe that you're going to survive.
Yeah.
You can't look like you're about to. I was pretty thin, very thin. Yeah, I'm quite thin anyway.
You
so
are.
It's just,
yeah.
Yeah. So I was quite grateful that I could
go on Christian Bale on us
I could tuck into some ice cream. And yeah, so I mean, he was right, and that's with Peter. He's so good at getting the tones, and he was always guiding me in the right way,
So would it? Did he talk to you at all about staying very real and part of the ensemble and not sort of popping out like a movie star? I mean, was that something that he talked about with you?
Well, we talked about it together. It was just making him a real person and not a hero, and certainly not an action hero. Or I didn't want him to be a survival expert. So we talked about where this ability to survive comes from. It was more of a sort of Boy Scout knowledge rather than this hero who can kind of make anything and do anything. He was just, and Peter really didn't want a hero. He just wanted this guy. So it was very contained.